offensive energy. Gonzaga shot.
Number 12, Kentucky. Saturday's full of
brings out that home win.
Korea is in the game. He's played sparingly this year. Also checking in, Ismaila Diane, the freshman from Senegal, has been dealing with a knee injury this year.
Diane's an interesting prospect. Someone who, as mentioned, is recovering from a slight knee injury. But, you know, one of the issues Gonzaga you can pinpoint on the defensive end of the floor is rim protection at times. At 7 feet, a good long wingspan. He's got a chance to maybe provide a little bit of support in that area.
There's a foul underneath, and it's on Junsook Yo, as Maxim Logie is still down for Oregon State. And speaking of the West Coast Conference, just a few days ago, their commissioner, Stu Jackson, as here they were jacking for position and free throws at the other end for Oregon.
You know, I think part of the thing that makes the NCAA tournament so fascinating to watch year in and year out is the chance for potential upsets or teams from leagues that maybe you don't see throughout the year making a deep run. That's how this all got started for Gonzaga. You know, this league continues to improve. You got 5 teams in the top 75 in the net, but I think one of the things that I personally, as a fan and an analyst, appreciate is when you have a team from a mid-major that has maybe lost in the conference title game, get a chance in the NCAA tournament instead of a team from a power conference that is sitting right at 500.
And we go on to talk about the future of college athletics and the opportunities which you were getting at, Dan, but it's something that, you're right, that some of the great stories, whether it's Gonzaga, and it allowed the door for schools, for example, like Butler, to move up to a bigger league as they're in the Big East.
USF's net is higher. They just don't have that signature win that they need just yet.
There is Joe Few checking in, the son of the head coach, and the crowd enjoying seeing Joe Few on the floor. And for Oregon State, Gavin Mars checks in. You think they're going to go crazy in the shooting?
They're already hollering at him to shoot. Can't let him down, Joe.
Marco Minor wasn't letting him get a sniff. Michael Ajayi rattles in the pull-up jumper. So the big showdown this weekend in Moraga as Gonzaga goes to visit St. Mary's. How do you see that matchup Saturday night?
Well, with the transfer out of Josh Jefferson, Aiden Mahaney, the graduation of Dukas, you would have thought St. Mary's would take a step back, but you know, Paulus Morauskas has been tremendous. Marshallonis still as the point guard there is really good. And then Mitchell Saxon anchoring that defense. But the thing about St. Mary's is you know what they're going to do. They're going to be great on the defensive end of the floor.
We'll play Santa Clara tomorrow night.
Good job
in Santa Clara.
That's a big-time game right there. Santa Clara is a difficult place to play. The Levy Center.
Bay Area rivalry.
Oregon State lost in overtime down there earlier this season.
By the way, it stays just a common foul on Diane in the WCC. With St. Mary's 2 games up on the Zags, and they have not played Gonzaga yet this year. Then you have USF, Oregon State, who's going to fall to 6-4 with the result here. And the Zags will improve to 7-2 leading up to that matchup on Saturday.
Easy. A post entry, a dribble entry, a block out. They make the game difficult for you. And that's one reason I think the St. Mary's Gonzaga matchup year in, year out, even though Gonzaga for the most part has got the better of it, is so fascinating to watch.
Jumper missed by Junsook Yo, but Gonzaga gets it back. That's a deep 2 from Dusty Stromer, his first points tonight. Known as a 3-point shooter that stepped inside the arc. And Again, the lead is 40 for the Zags, and they're 2 shy of the century mark. Pull up. And the offensive rebound, Gavin Marks going high into the air. And the 7-footer. And a foul out near midcourt on Joe Few. Maybe he just... Josiah Lake hits both. All right, is this group feeling the pressure to get to 100?
I would think so. This Kennel Club, they've stayed all the way to the end because they want 100 points or 10 made threes, knocking on the door of both of them.
Thomas Endong in the game for Oregon State. Now the crowd wants tacos. It's for 100 points or 10 threes. They've been clamoring for tacos, and they're right on the verge of both. But they may only get one more crack at it. Thomas Endong from outside. And the rebound grabbed by Ismaila Diamanian.
Well, with the shot clock differential, Gonzaga's going to have to get a shot off.
And the block, Gavin Mars denies the chance for 100. As Outer Uzmore was determined to get a shot up.
He made a 3 in the game earlier this year, brought the crowd to its feet.
Oregon State will just play it out. No, they're going to go toward the hoop. And wave it off, doesn't count. And Gonzaga with a dominant 40 minutes here tonight, Dan. This is a team that maybe has refound their game.